What difficult truths, the sooner you accept them, the better your life will be. That some people won't like you, and sometimes for no reason. Can relate to this? Was kicked out of a project group in college by other members for no reason, and one of the guys told me privately that another member threatened to quit the group if they didn't do so. He said no one has a problem with you, it's just his demand and he really popular. All this a week before due date. Spoke to the head of the dept and she allowed me to submit by myself if I could handle it, as it was a workload for a group of 4. I got back mine and received an A, and they got a C+, so it became a pleasant memory. There will always be someone better looking, better educated, younger, more experienced, more intelligent, or wealthier than you. Do your best, live without regret, have empathy and kindness, give when you can, expecting nothing in return. Focus on your heart value more than what others have. This is more of a saying, but I feel it helps shed light on a few things. We judge ourselves by our intentions. We judge others by their actions. People are going to look at you for what you do, and your intentions are mostly irrelevant. You can only help people who actually want it. If they're not ready to change or put in the effort, there's not much you can do. Realizing this can save you a lot of frustration and help you focus on people who actually appreciate your help. Once you're an adult, there really isn't anyone you can 100% depend on except yourself. There will still be people in your life to lean on, but everyone has their limits in how they can help you. Just because you're right doesn't mean people will agree with you and might work against you either way. My wife struggles with this. She has an idea that works and gets the company more money, but the owner and other workers are against it because they disagree with it, even with the evidence that it works better for them financially. All the data in the world won't change the mind of a person who won't listen. And to add, sometimes even if you are right, if you an ass about it, no one will listen to you either. 1. Life is unfair. Once you accept this, you will feel better. 2. Good deeds usually go unrewarded. If you are doing a good deed for a reward, you are doing it for the wrong reason. 3. You will never be able to explain anything to someone who is unwilling or unable to listen. If you try, you will, at minimum, be frustrated and waste your time. Death comes for everyone. Eventually, it's a sobering reminder to hold your loved ones tight. Happiness and satisfaction are completely internal and based on what you have chosen to measure them by. No one and no thing can make you happy unless you have chosen to let it. This is why there are so many miserable rich people and people who have great lives that still unhappily yearn for more. I actually feel like a lot of rich people are unhappy. Happy people are content, and contented people don't tend to get rich. Before I graduated high school, I thought, thank God, I finally won't have to deal with annoying, obnoxious kids and I'll be treated like an adult. I come to find out 95% of adults are worse than the actual kids. Nobody knows what they're actually doing, and life is actually a big joke. Avoid seeking other people's approval. Be you? This is a difficult one because it's pretty antithetical to how we evolved. One of the reasons we've done so well as a species is our ability to cooperate. And cooperation requires agreement. And agreement requires approval from others. We're more or less hardwired to look for cues from others. In general, people in the real world are oblivious to you. You're not even a blip in their radar. If you're insecure about something you wear or how you look, remember, nobody cares. You're responsible for your life. Blaming others for your problems might feel good temporarily, but it doesn't change your situation. Taking responsibility empowers you to make changes and improve your circumstances. Don't just be yourself. No one has ever succeeded without putting in a level of effort that makes them uncomfortable. The real hard truth, sometimes yourself is a shitty person. If you commit to just being yourself, you won't change for the better. The person you thought was the love of your life may not think of you as the love of their life. And that's okay. We all see the world differently. Your happiness doesn't come from someone else. It comes from within. Potato chips are completely unnecessary, and they'll keep shrinkflating so long as you keep paying the ever-increasing cost. You're allowing their unabashed greed. Not everything you don't like is trauma or toxic. Maybe sometimes you're actually the problem. Self-reflection is a lost art. From a man's perspective, 1. You will never be loved just because of who you are. You need to provide something. 2. Hard work is not enough to achieve great things. You need to work smart and have some luck in the end. 3. Nobody is coming to save you. You can't control other people's actions or reactions, only your own. Accepting this truth frees you from a lot of unnecessary stress and frustration. It's empowering to focus on what you can change and let go of what you can't. Most people on Earth are not terminally online. The average person doesn't care about half the shit you're getting into culture wars about. The majority of people won't make six figures no matter what they do. Not everyone is going to be able to buy a house, no matter what politicians say. Not everyone should go to college. And that's okay. There is just as much pride in being a retail clerk, waitress, garbage man, etc. as there is any other job. Live within your paycheck, not your dreams. Don't go into debt for anything. Being grateful and content is so much more important than money. Nobody actually gives a fuck about how you feel or what you're going through. Everyone could use a therapist, not just those with issue. Help with stress. Even if everything fine, there's nothing wrong with going to one. It's perfectly normal. Go to one. It will help. Or not, you do you. Technology. I see so many people who hate neural network, want it banned, whatever. Refuse to use it. It's just guessing. They're all useless and all that. Embrace it. It's not going anywhere. Hell, I hate it too. But the cat's out of the bag, so embrace it or fall behind. If not, you'll go the same way as all the people who believed computers or the internet were a fad in the 90s. Kasparov's book Deep Thinking does a really good job summarizing this. In the late 90s, he was challenged by Ibm's Deep Blue chess computer and lost. Many chess players didn't even want him to play, as losing to a computer will be the end of chess. Nobody will play anymore. Exactly the opposite happened. It sounds bad on the surface, but now that computers are better than humans, mere mortals like myself can get higher than grandmaster level analysis on my games instantly. More people are playing chess than ever and at a higher level than ever. Don't give 110% to someone who gives you the bare minimum in return. As a people pleaser, I'm still struggling with that myself. You can't have it all, especially not at the same time. I once met a naive idiot who was trying to make me seem pessimistic and stupid when I told her nobody can have it all. It's literally impossible to have decent versions of everything at the same time. Life will always balance out good and bad events. That's how it works. It's great to strive for the perfect job, perfect family, perfect partner, perfect friends, etc. But that's not how life works. One of those things will always be off. The government is not your friend, nor are any politicians or corporations. They all have agendas, whether it's money or more nefarious things. Existence is meaningless. All of the worrying, stress, depression, and anxiety, none of it actually matters. One day you will be dead. The people that judged you for whatever reason will be dead. The earth will eventually be swallowed by the sun. The universe will eventually expand so far that the atoms that make up everything you knew and loved will spend the rest of eternity in their little corner of next to nothingness alone. So fuck it, dude. I'm gonna spend the little, almost microscopic grain of sand that is my time in this great hourglass that is the past, present, and future of the universe doing what makes me happy. Fuck everything else. No matter how talented, beautiful, kind, smart, hardworking, or rich you are, you will be forgotten by the rest of the world after you die. The only people who will remember you are those who loved you, and that is only while they're alive. Live only for yourself and for them, not for the adoration of the world, which, let's face it, most of us won't get anyway. Compromise is key in a relationship, but compromising too much can be just as bad, if not worse. Some hills you need to die on and some you don't. And that's all. Thanks for watching. And what do you think? What truth should each of us accept? Write in the comments.